So guys, I have more than enough memory to film this. I want to talk about a lot of stuff. When they invaded my privacy and came into my apartment, they saw these little frames that I had on my desk. And I put little pictures in them. And one little picture I had was of a child who was in my life in 1995, 1996, and we had so much fun. And then they tried to accuse me of being a child molester. And that just goes to show you who these people are. So that they said that, well, why didn't you try to find that little girl years later? Well, because my my mother and I were living our lives. And in living our lives, we felt that people should come into your life the way they should come into your life, not by having people try to force relationships or digging up people to bring them into your life. And that was the ultimate scam. The ultimate scam was invading my privacy, trying to insinuate negative things, and then trying to dig up people who you wouldn't either want in your life or you didn't have any intention of bringing into your life. So they tried, that's the ultimate form of manipulation. And the sad part is when they tried to accuse me of being a child molester, I feel that, and I called the police about that. I feel that that was a way of severing any hope of any relationship with these people. That's what they wanted. They didn't want a positive reconnection with anyone. They wanted all negative. And the sad thing about that is when I called the police, they knew that I was not a child molester then or not a child molester now. But I wanted to say that one of the points that they made was they said I should take the child's picture out of these little frames. This is my picture, by the way. And I didn't do it. Why? Because I feel that that was the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal was to sever all ties that I had in the past, make sure I have very few ties in the present, and make sure that I have even fewer ties in the future. They also said that my channel won't be a popular channel. It wasn't meant to be a popular channel. It was meant to tell you folks what's going on and how after 2016 this happened. The other point I wanted to make is that, in my life, I've had so many positive people. Their goal was to destroy all those relationships by making me seem filthy, dirty, horrible. I told you folks the other day, and I've been telling you folks this for a long time, that I'm trying to rebuild. I'm trying to go back to how my life was. They said they were going to try to get people from the past to claim credit for my accomplishments. And when that didn't work, they said that pretty much they want my filthy ass out of New York City, as though they have control over New York City. In 2021, they claimed they were going to make sure a different candidate made it to mayor and take over New York City. That's not going to happen. That didn't happen, thankfully, but it's not going to happen. So when they wanted to seem like they said they control the world, they don't. If they control the world, maybe that would have happened. No. I feel that at this point, they said they're going to out me for every little thing that I do. They said, well, if I have like something in my genital area, I don't pee on tissue, but I use tissue to wipe that area to take care of inflammation. So do millions of people who have any sort of inflammation caused by a jellyfish sting or any other sting. It's not groundbreaking. So they wanted every little beauty secret because they were like, oh, you used to be attractive. What are you? Maybe I have some ancient African beauty secrets. No, I pretty much use hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide draws inflammation and draws out any sort of infection that you may have. You are able to not brush your teeth, but use hydrogen peroxide as a mouthwash. You can use it for cuts, bruises, inflammation. Same thing with urine. That's used for like jellyfish bites, any type of inflammation. So if you urinate and you have a little urine on your tissue, if you wipe it in your genital area, it takes out inflammation. It's worked for me. They said part of this was designed to give me a lot of inflammation and cause, you know how you have ingrown hairs? I'm not dealing with ingrown hairs. When I have ingrown hairs and I use that, it draws it out. It reduces the inflammation. So pretty much what happens is you have an area that's inflamed like this. The urine takes out the inflammation and pushes whatever's causing the inflammation up. So if you have ingrown hairs, we women know what that's like. It takes the inflammation and pushes whatever it is out. So you know how you have that little thing that's causing the inflammation? It pushes it out and you can easily get rid of it. That's pretty much how I use my little beauty tricks to help me avoid ingrown hairs in that area. Now, do I use it in other areas? No. So when they're like, I don't use urine on my face, on my other parts of my body, but in the area where urine is, hey, that's the reason the urine is there. And that's my point. These little beauty tricks they wanted to shame me about have been used throughout history. I'm not the first person to come up with this. The next thing they wanted to do is they said, well, you're pretty much like every other human being. You're wearing clothes that you sleep in throughout the day. I used to see people wear clothes they sleep in outside. I don't use my clothes outside that I sleep in only because when I'm going outside, I'm going to different places. I take a shower, try to make it quick, change into street clothes. So I have house clothes and street clothes. I don't have other clothes pretty much. So my clothes that I wear in the house is what's house clothes. Then if I have to go out, I wear street clothes. This is not embarrassing. It's nothing for me to be ashamed about. I've never felt any shame. The other thing I want to do is tell you folks, they're trying to destroy my businesses by claiming that I'm filthy and dirty and that I shouldn't be selling my things online. They also invade my privacy. So I'm going to try to do live streams now so you can hear what they're saying, and they're banging and they're trying to invade my privacy to destroy my business, which is what I said. I've said this all along. The point was to destroy me as a self, as a person, as a being. And then they said they gave me this idea. This is a common idea online where you put paint inside of a jar. And if you see how it dried where, because it was wet, it sort of has an extra sort of, it looks like I did this intentionally. I didn't. So like the way it dried, you see how this is inside of this. So what I did was I put paint inside. And now what I'm going to do on camera, so you see that I'm not lying about this, because that was the other thing. The whole goal was to make me seem like a liar, somebody who isn't actually crafting. I'm not actually trying to create a business. I'm going to see how it looks when I paint inside and outside. So I did the inside already off camera, and now I'm going to do some painting outside. So the goal of their issue was to make it seem like I am not a truthful person. I started all this drama for what? What goal does it accomplish for me to start drama? Absolutely no goal is accomplished. It actually hurts me. So part of being obviously Black, I'm 49, I'm female. I've been at this address since March 3rd, 1998. There would be no goal in me starting drama here. I'm a shareholder here. So there would be no goal for me to suddenly, out of nowhere, risk everything that I tried to accomplish in my life. Going back to what I started with, there would be no goal for me to put a little picture up of a little child who was in my life. It was in this little frame, and then try to destroy a relationship with that person. But it also wouldn't be logical for me to try to bring that person into my life with this going on. And that's my point. They said that they called people telling them that I was going to win $1 million. And that was what kind of got this thing going. That people thought, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire, so they should try to get in touch with me to see if I can help them. That I never won $1 million. I was never in the running to win $1 million. And the fact that they would even think to use that to destroy my life shows you their mindset. They think that the money is more important than my safety, my mother's safety, or the person who was formerly a child's safety. That person, I guess, would be in her 30s. And again, I'm telling this to you folks so that you guys know what's happening. It wouldn't make sense. None of it makes sense in a logical way that life makes sense. So I'm telling you folks this because it was the ultimate act of trying to hurt and harm. Nothing positive would come out of that. So what I would like to start doing gradually is, as you can see, I'm making these craft projects. I hope to start selling them. If I don't sell them on eBay, I hope to sell them under my Etsy account, which is Style by Dark Horse. Let me just tell you a little bit about what a dark horse is. Some of you folks probably already know. But the Dark Horse is kind of Style by Dark Horse. When I came up with that Etsy account, it was because a dark horse is someone that you don't really expect to accomplish things to root for. And I hope that in some way, after seeing all of these videos, you understand why that's significant to me. They wanted to create a dark horse, someone who no one would believe. They could easily lie about my life. They could easily try to destroy me. But at the end, the dark horse usually comes out a winner, because the dark horse, people realize I may have been put in this position, but I didn't stay in this position. I made sure to keep exposing the situation, keep showing you folks proof, keep exposing what's going on. The last part that I want to do before I end this video is explain that the little pictures that you saw the little pictures that you saw are things that I put on my desk in this corner, because years ago I told the elementary schoolmate about Feng Shui. She didn't know about Feng Shui. I told her about it. I even wrote an article about it. And it's sort of setting your apartment up or your home up in areas that you want to hopefully build and make significant. So when I told her about that, she didn't know about it. I explained you put certain things in certain areas that you kind of want to see happen. So by putting that little child's picture up, it was in my way of saying to the world, to God, to whatever, that I would like to see that person grow to be wonderful. She was kind of like my kindred spirit. And what that means to me is that I wanted her to accomplish everything. The time she spent with us, I tried to be a significant person in her life, in the sense that I tried to make a difference. And if reconnecting at this time is something I don't want, it's for a reason. There's a reason I don't want to reconnect at this time. But if in any way she feels that I've ever did anything wrong to her, she should call the police, she should call the FBI, and at me, leave comments in the comment section. That's my point. I needed to do this in such a public way to make sure the liars would not continue to lie, but to also make sure that I'm telling the world I didn't do anything wrong. If I did, feel free to call the police on me. But if you do not call the police on me, then that proves that you're lying. But it also proves that the people who I wanted to make sure had positive life experience joy in their lives will know that that was my intention. My intention was to put you in this positive corner. In my world was positive. I accomplished a lot. I still feel like I can accomplish more. And that my goal was to make sure that that child grew up to accomplish everything that I saw in her that she could accomplish. So I hope this message gets through to her. I hope in this wonderful new year, it gets through to God and all the other powers in this universe that will make sure that all the positive that I wanted for people will come true. So thanks for watching. Please know that I'll start posting and uploading the craft projects. If not on Etsy, then definitely on eBay, and you can bid on it. That will help a lot. And I thank you so much for all your support. You guys have made a difference. I'm telling you, they wanted to kill me. We went from them wanting to kill me to now them wanting to ridicule me. That's a big difference. From killing me to ridiculing me, huge difference. Thanks for watching. Please, please, please subscribe. I used to say, oh, you know, when there's a local channel in New York City that does this sort of thing where they kind of tell you, folks, please donate. We need you. We need you. So it'll kind of like begging, like, come on, donate. That's what I'm doing right now. Please, guys, support this channel. Please understand that I'm doing my best to expose this situation, and I hope they'll let me live stream. So yes, I am begging. Thanks for watching.